I'm Holly McDonald with the Costa Mesa Pod, where we discuss all things concerning the lifestyle, businesses, and activities, helping and serving our community. Today I'm with Christy Acuna of the Holistic Nutrition Center right here on the border in Newport. And Christy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so what do you do here at Holistic Nutrition Center?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So what we do is we find the root cause of what's causing people's health challenges. So people will call up with symptoms such as bloating, headaches, hormone imbalance, thyroid issues, and we have them come in and we find the root cause through non-invasive techniques and different types of labs that we use.
Okay, and so, I mean, it's in your name, holistic. Yes, so obviously a little bit different from Western. What makes it, what sort of separates it? What makes it different?
Well, it's very different. Our tools that we use a non-invasive technique called nutrition response testing, which stems from a form of applied kinesiology. Okay. So we are finding a locked muscle on the body, and typically we'll use an arm, and we're locating pretty much the stressed organs and glands in the body. Mm-hmm. And then we're also doing labs. Now, typically Western, medical Western labs really only look at, they don't look at a lot of different values. So for example, if we have somebody that is complaining of they can't lose weight, they're exhausted, and their hair is starting to fall out, and they go see a doctor and the doctor is suspecting thyroid, which, because that's mostly where the problem is, they will only run a TSH, and that's called a thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay. And that's a one test they'll run, and usually the reference range is 0.4 to 5.0. So it's very wide, so many people can come through their office and have all these symptoms and not be helped because the references are so wide. So what we do is we look at it from a functional view. Okay. So we're looking at a lot more tests for the certain areas that we're looking at. So for example, we're talking about thyroid. Yeah. So we're looking at their T3, their T4, their conversion, their TSH, and all the different values. And our reference ranges are much skinnier, so we can pick out and find the problems and create a solution for them.
Okay, so it's much more customized.
Much more, yes. I even stop so I don't go on and on and on. It's very tailored.
Yeah, that's great. And so what would you say are the main things that people come to you with issues for?
I would say the main things are weight loss, definitely gut health. Okay. There's a lot of digestive issues out there, and hormone balancing. Okay. Those are three main issues. And there's a lot of symptoms that come with hormone balancing, like sleep. That is a big one that people have a hard time with.
So, I mean, hitting on weight loss a little bit, I mean, obviously we all know there's been so much in the news recently with like the weight loss drugs and, you know, all of that. What is your viewpoint on that from a standpoint of holistic?
Yeah, and holistic really means that we are viewing the body as a whole. Okay, and that's what separates us from the Western medical community. And by no means are we coming from a place where we're better than them or in competition. And in fact, we need to find that bridge where we can work together because we both offer something that can fill the needs to, you know, and find the solution for the client. So how we view like Ozempic or Mounjaro and those types of things is we don't find them very helpful. They're not sustainable. They can be helpful for, you know, diabetic patients. I know that's what, you know, Ozempic was originally
That's what it was
for.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
We all like lost sight of that.
Right. Well, and then all the housewives and everybody on reality shows were doing Ozempic because the doctor said, this is what you need to do. I have had clients that have come to me with multiple side effects because of Mounjaro and Ozempic. So, you know, we just find that, you know, a good healthy lifestyle, looking at the body as a whole, not just the weight, but let's find out what is slowing down the weight. What's the root cause of the weight not even losing in the first place? Yeah. Those are the areas we need to fix. This is what's going to create longevity and healing for the body. But we do live in a society that's like, I want it now.
Yeah, I mean, do you find that is a lot of it internal stuff that's manifesting from the exterior world? Like, are people getting, they're just getting stressed out, maybe like overstimulated, and then that's impacting how their body is functioning?
Yeah, that's a great assessment.
I mean, I just think about like cell phones and like, you know, and social media even to an extent, right? Like people
Definitely. I mean, all those things for sure, but even as intricate as the food that we're eating, you know, there's a lot of sprays. There's glyphosate, there's Roundup, herbicides, pesticides. Those things are ruining our food, and especially in America, because if you go out of America and into Europe, you don't have as much, or if any, of those chemicals in the food. So I'll have clients that will tell me, I went to Italy and I ate pizza and pasta and I lost 5 pounds, Christy. Why is that? And it's because we allow Monsanto and chemical sprayers to spray our food. And that changes the biochemistry on the inside, and that creates the stress.
Oh.
And then you end up in my office because you've gone to the doctor, you've run all the tests,
Yeah.
and you can't figure out why you can't lose weight, why you're so tired, why you can't stay asleep, and all these things. So
I know, I was just having a conversation with some girlfriends who were saying that they have like different gluten intolerances, but they could go to like France, and since there's like no gluten there, or not the bad kind, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were totally fine, like they could enjoy.
Well, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The problem is not gluten. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's the misconception that we all have. The thing is that we put so much more gluten in our foods, so that is an issue.
Yeah.
However, they're spraying the gluten. They're spraying the wheat, and that with Roundup, and that is what's causing a lot of these thyroid issues, a lot of the autoimmune diseases, the gut problems. So your friend is absolutely right.
Yeah.
In France, they're eating fat, saturated fat,
Yeah.
which is so good for you too. So.
And which people, I think, when they're associating like weight loss, they stay
scared.
away from it, and even though it's like more pure and like meant for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's our job here at Holistic Nutrition
Yeah.
Center, is to educate,
Yeah.
and help you understand what's going on with your body, and create a whole plan, a nutritional plan built just for your body's needs. Because I have multiple hormone cases with same symptoms, but nobody has the same program.
Interesting. And I know, like before you mentioned, like people are coming here with gut issues and whatnot. What sort of issues are you finding with that? What are people complaining about, upset about, needing help with?
That's a great question. There's acid reflux, there's heartburn, there's bloating, there's irritable bowel, but a lot of bloating and farting.
Okay, and
a lot of gas.
A lot of that's coming from like their stresses, or I guess it's all different. Like everybody's different.
Everyone's different, but a lot of it is coming from stress on the body, whether it's through food, beverage, relationships, work, wherever the stress is coming from, it's too much for their body to handle. And so then their body starts to get depleted in stomach juices, in digestive enzymes, and it becomes a whole cycle. So now they're burping, they're having gas, or they're having diarrhea, or even acne.
Yeah.
Because now their digestion can't digest it out, so it comes out on the skin.
Oh my God.
That's really all that is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I know a lot of people will like go to the doctor and just get recommended to get, an oral medication for that. Yeah.
Yes.
For any of those issues, really.
Yeah, and it's how can we blame them? We are one of 2 countries that we are marketing pharmaceuticals to. Us and New Zealand are the only 2 countries that market to the people of what medicine to buy, what medicine to ask your doctor for. So how can we blame people for doing that? We have trained our culture to just go that route and to get a quick fix.
That's interesting the way you put that. So in other countries, they don't market the medications?
No, they don't market the way that they do here and in New Zealand. It's allowed here. And they're marketing telling us to ask our doctor. The doctors are the ones that are supposed to be the professionals to make the recommendation based on their findings. So it's pretty powerful, right? To understand that it's happens to be a bigger
totally. And you also mentioned hormones, and I wanted to also ask about fertility health and all of that. So people come here for that too?
Yes. And in fact, I was featured in fertility books. So
stop calling me infertile.
Stop calling me infertile. Dr. Nam Lee, she's amazing. She's an acupuncturist, and she works with a lot of IVF patients.
Okay.
And her and I have shared a lot of patients, and I'm featured in chapter 12, all about what to do and what my recommendations are. But yes, we have absolutely assisted with many women who were called infertile and have gotten pregnant. When you hit 35, the medical community calls you geriatric.
I've been there. I know. Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was geriatric and having.
They're like, there's no hope, and you're gonna have to drink this awful thing. You remember? Did you have to drink that whatever sugar drink?
Yes, the glucose drink. Actually, I didn't, because I told my doctor that there's no way I'm doing that.
It wasn't that bad when I did it, but I had to wait there for so long. It was like 3 hours of testing. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yes, it's crazy. And the drink that they have you drink, tons of chemicals in that.
I'm sure.
Isn't that crazy? I'm just like, what is happening here?
I know, and to think about all the things they tell you to stay away from when you're pregnant, and then they're like literally pumping you with that. Yes, that's crazy. Well, that's so exciting that you were featured. So you came at it from more of the nutritional standpoint?
Yeah,
okay.
The holistic nutritional standpoint, definitely. In advice, and one of my biggest pieces of advice in that was, and I know it is easier said than done, but the biggest thing is to stop trying. That is the biggest, because when you are on the schedule, whether you're doing IUI or IVF, you are on a schedule of when you're ovulating and when your window is to hurry up and do. And oftentimes there's so much stress on both partners, you lose sight of the connection and orgasm, frankly. So it is important to kind of stop trying even though you're trying. It's a hard one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard that advice a lot.
Yes, like do it on the kitchen counter randomly. You know? like come back together again and remember that this is supposed to be a fun process.
Oh, yeah, that's so sweet. So how did you get into this field? I mean, did you have like a personal journey, or was it something you always wanted to do?
No, I wanted to be an actress, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, you're very like positive and energetic, so I can see that.
Yes. I wanted to be an actress, and this became my stage because it was a personal thing that happened. I was born with psoriasis, an autoimmune disease of the skin.
Yeah.
And if you're not sure what that is, it's where your skin cells replicate faster than normal skin cells do. So you'll have red patches that will flake off. And I had it all over my body. Oh. And my mom, she was a nurse for 27 years in labor and delivery. She had gotten sick, and a natural chiropractor helped her to regain her strength. Well, she became a naturopath after that. Oh. And I was her guinea pig. So she was working from home. She helped me. I dropped some weight. My skin cleared up. Oh. And I got a passion. And that's usually what happens with practitioners. They're usually sick before you are doing this.
So you were born with this, and then you were basically able to more or less reverse it?
That's right. Wow. And now I have to maintain it because it's an autoimmune disease. So that's with me for life. But you can absolutely clear yourself of it, and you have to maintain it. You don't, just start eating boiled chicken and broccoli for a week and then everything's good.
Yeah, what were
What
were a couple of things that you had to do that helped you?
I'd say there's
I'm sure there's
a couple of things.
I know there's a lot, and I'm not having you give a free consultation here, but but I'm just curious, what was it like? Plain chicken? Was it?
No, not at all. Okay. Actually, it was really getting rid of a lot of sugar and fried foods. Okay. Fried foods was oh my god, I loved mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Those are good. They're so good. But so it's getting rid of a lot of fried foods. It was cleansing out my body, and also doing exactly what I do today, which is really isolating which organ and gland is stressed, what is it stressed from, and what's the right nutrient that we can give it. So that's what I did. I did a weed and feed.
Okay,
for the body. I weeded out the bad, fed the good.
I think it's so interesting that some of your stress can be, internal. You don't even know where it's, coming from.
Yeah.
And then some of it is external. Like obviously, if you're injured or hurt or something, your body's actually in pain, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's the hard part, why everybody, is on Dr. Google with their symptoms and trying to understand. Because so much manifests inside, whether physically, emotionally, something is stressing the body inside. You just have to find it.
Yeah, and I think that's really an important message too, so that people realize that you may be having your health issues because of a relationship gone wrong. Like these things that you don't necessarily think oh, this is contributing to something bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know sometimes when you're with friends and they're telling you about a crummy situation that they're in, and you're like, that's probably why you feel that type of way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you don't feel good, you don't act good.
Yeah.
It's hard to make good decisions. It's hard to be nice. You're short-tempered, and sometimes I'll have moms bring in their kids. Actually, a lot of times we see a lot of kids, and so when the moms bring in their kids, it's usually behavioral or sometimes skin, but many times it's behavioral.
Yeah.
And it's really what they're eating.
I know. I was just thinking I need to get my
body's
kids off the
agitated.
nuggets.
Yeah. Well, there's some good alternatives.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I think
Yeah.
everyone associates, okay, it's a nutritionist, I'm going to have to give up everything and just eat boiled chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
If that was the case, I would not be here because boiled chicken and broccoli is not,
It's not sustainable
it's not
either.
sustainable either.
Yeah.
So, you know, we help you to see that there's so much flavor and taste. We have a new program that we're launching.
Mm-hmm.
It's a meal planning service.
Oh.
Very tailored. You
Yeah.
don't even have to be a client here. It's going to
That's
be
cool.
online where you're talking with one of our nutritionists.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically doing a consultation,
Yeah.
filling out a form where you're clicking all the foods that you like.
Okay.
We've already grouped them. All your proteins, carbs, sweets, sugars, fats, everything.
Nice.
And then she's going to put together a whole meal plan for you for however many days we want to do. I think it's either 3 days or 7 days.
Yeah.
And you can pick what you need, and she's going to create it for you and tell you what to buy and make.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool.
So
Yeah, and I love around your office, you have all of these cute signs. I guess your patients have made them.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yes. Yeah,
yeah.
the wind wall.
Yeah, I think that's incredible. And you can tell by just how cute the writing is, and how, it's happy. Like they
Yeah.
feel, like you said before, like people that don't feel good, they don't act good.
Yeah.
But people that are happy, like they
Yes.
show it.
Definitely. Some people have a win, you know, where they're like, wow, I used to have to wear glasses and I don't have to wear them anymore. We have a few of those out there.
Oh,
Everybody
wow.
always asks about that one.
I've seen a lot of the notes. They're so sweet.
Yeah, so we love to capitalize on their wins for them.
Yes, and it's to set an expectation. And again, I know everybody's different, but if somebody comes in here and you get them on some sort of a path to, being better,
Yes.
like, does somebody give up after a week, or do they have to consistently do things for, is it 90 days? I know it's going to be
Got it,
individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is individual, but our programs work like this. So basically they're seeing us once a week
Okay.
in the very beginning, called the fine-tuning phase, where we're fine-tuning some herbs, some whole food supplements, whatever we're working on with them.
Yeah.
And also their foods. Then, and our visits are about 15 minutes. So it's pretty quick and to do everything we need to do. And then we start moving them out to every other week, to every 3 weeks, once a month, and so forth, into maintenance phase. But basically you are giving up some things. You
Sure.
can't have your cake and eat it too. But we're going to show you a different cake.
Yeah, it's probably a better
Right?
cake out
It's a
there.
better cake.
Yeah.
Very dense, very moist.
I love that.
So, yeah, there's a lot of fun and good, yummy foods you can play with, restaurants, recommendations.
Yeah.
Just really guide you through the process to get you healing so that you're not always on this roller coaster of like, okay, my symptom's gone, I guess I'm better. Wait, it's back. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I do love how in the area, you probably love this too, that there's so many restaurants that are really doing like farm, fresh, like no added preservatives,
Yes.
taking out like the dyes and all of these things that are probably just agitating our systems, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Clouding the brain, agitating, causing mood problems,
Yeah.
mood imbalances. Definitely. They're starting to take out high fructose corn syrup. In-N-Out just said that they were going to do that with their ketchup and sauces. So it's good. This is we should have been here a long time ago, but this is a good start.
I know, it seems like we went through phases where everything was pretty much just clean and natural, and then I guess as production just got more and more intense, they just started adding and...
Well, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
They went for the cheaper, more profit.
Yeah, we just interviewed a restaurant called Verde over. It's very close to here. It's right by the Back Bay, and
I haven't been. I have to try it.
yeah, they're pretty new. So check it out. The guys that run it, they are also very into like all natural, all seasonal, so that you don't have to worry about.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that.
I love the
message.
seasonal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were telling us too how the seasons are sort of shifting with a whole bunch of, influences. But yeah, so it just makes it exciting too.
That is cool. Yeah, and there's a lot of people opening restaurants. They're being careful and aware of oils too.
Yeah.
'Cause typically, canola oil, soybean oil, even cottonseed, like remember Crisco?
Yeah.
So many years ago. That used to be more popular, but soybean and canola are top oils restaurants use.
Yes, I've seen that more on the menus and everything, that they promote it.
Yes.
And speaking of promoting, I know you've got this enter to win a gift card. So
yes,
it's more so for people that have been here, but
yes.
people who have come in and meet with you, or who are very excited about the education they're getting from this podcast, can certainly go and leave you a review, right?
Yes, definitely. We are entering your chance to enter a ticket into the raffle bowl to win a $50 gift card to Whole Foods.
Oh, that's okay. I wasn't even sure what it was too. Okay, I think everybody's gonna be.
Yes, right?
Yeah, leave a review. Have a chance to win to go Whole Foods. That'll get you.
Yes, love it.
Is that where you primarily shop?
It is. I go Whole Foods and Costco.
Okay.
Costco has had some really good things. I'm actually a new Costco goer.
Yeah, didn't they just announce they were doing some stuff with their inventory too to make sure? Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
and they brought in some Primal Kitchen, some Simple Mills,
some
Magic Spoon. So they really have made some positive changes.
Good.
I've never been a shopper of Costco, but as of this year and recently, I'm so proud of them. So I'm a shopper now. And they give back to their employees and their customers.
That's nice to support like that. Well, do you have anything coming up that you want to share, or where can people find you or schedule a consultation?
Yes, we are doing a free consultation right now. Our consultations are 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
So
2 hours.
They're 2 hours, yes, and they're all broken up.
Okay.
So they're very fun, very informative. But basically, we're doing a free consultation, and then that includes your follow-up as well, where they come in for the report of findings.
Okay.
Our meal planning is coming up in August. We'll be launching that, so if you want help with meals.
That's perfect for back to school time and everything. Yes.
Exactly. We're getting them right before.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. And where are you online? Do you have an Instagram or anything?
Yes, of course. How could I forget the most important part? Yes, I am at HNC Newport on Instagram.
Yep.
And then website is hncnewport.com.
Okay, perfect. We'll link all that.
Yeah. And then our phone number is 949-872-2550.
Well, Christy, thank you so much for all that you're doing to help people be more healthy.
Thank you.
Yes.
We're trying. Spread the word.